another piece of news here today that I think might be just as interesting. Um, we are getting a Bob the Builder movie.
Yes, we are.
And yeah, it's what is it? Directed. Jennifer Lopez is involved.
Jennifer Lopez and Anthony Ramos.
Yeah. From what I read, I think he's going back to like Anthony Ramos is going back to like his home country of like Puerto Rico. Yeah. And what? So did it say what he's doing in Puerto Rico? Just like rebuilding a home or something, or what?
The film follows Roberto, aka Bob,
right,
who travels to Puerto Rico for a major construction job and digs deeper into what it means to build.
Yeah. It's so odd because I feel like this is somewhat in line with like, like we're getting like a Barney movie, and we're getting like a serious Barney movie, and we're getting
Barbie.
we got Barbie, and we're getting like a Hot Wheels movie, and I think this is somewhat in line. Bless you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
This is somewhat in line with that, but I feel like it doesn't work as well as like Barbie or what I can assume with like the Barney movie, because like with both of those, I feel like they're going all in on what like makes them like what makes those properties, right? But like with Bob the Builder, I can't say I recognize any of what I saw as a very little kid in that movie concept. Like that just sounds like that studio got the script for another movie, and they're just like, oh, we could use this for Bob the Builder. And
maybe, yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like the most authentic. I don't know. That's just the vibe I'm getting. I don't think this could work as well as the movies I just mentioned.
Yes, I agree with you. And here's the thing. I don't know if this is live action or if this is animated.
It's gotta be.
It's got to be live action?
I think so. I think
because it says that it's in a bidding war with Netflix, Amazon, and DreamWorks.
I mean,
so does that mean that if it got bought by like Netflix or Amazon, it has the potentiality to be live action, but if it got bought by DreamWorks, it's animated? Or are they all under the impression that it's animated?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how that works per se, but I feel like, like you could buy a script and then choose to animate it, right? Or choose to do live action. I don't feel like it has to, like the actors are locked in. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Jennifer Lopez and Anthony Ramos would drop out if it was animated. I don't know. But yeah, that's interesting. I think if you animate it, you have the potential for it to be much more similar to the cartoon. So I think that's preferable to me. But I don't know.
I kind of want to see what this concept is in live action, though.
Sure.
I think. I mean, look, I do think that it's somewhat in line with the show building. What does it mean to build? I guess like there could be some metaphor there. Like sure. Like when Barbie got announced, I don't think most people in the world were like, no, hey, we're gonna talk about what it means to be a woman and masculinity and all this stuff. Right. And I don't even know what the Barney movie is necessarily going to entail. I think maybe some like jadedness and like the Hot Wheels. What what script is going to be like, oh, this really speaks to to the brand of Hot Wheels.
I just think Hot Wheels is going to be like an action racing movie. I think that's what it is.
Watch it be like a movie about a father and his son.
I think that would be the biggest mistake Hot Wheels could make.
Watch you cry at the Hot Wheels movie, Ian.
There's no way I cry at the Hot Wheels movie. I don't know. That would be wild.
But, I think it's pretty wild that it's in a bidding war.
Yeah.
And now the thing is, if it goes to Netflix or Amazon, there's a good chance it only stays streaming. If it goes to DreamWorks, I think it's almost guaranteed that it like gets a theatrical release.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
Obviously, I want it to have a theatrical release. Obviously, I want it to be good.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And if it goes to Netflix, there's not a great chance of that.
I think it's interesting that like the take. I don't know if Bob is like, from what I remember when I was younger, I don't remember if like he is supposed to be white or.
I'm pretty sure.
But I thought he was.
I mean, his name's Bob.
But like, and look, it doesn't bother me. I think it's just, I think it's interesting that it's like, that it is like taking it into a Hispanic sort of the story of some sort. And to be fair, like they're like I don't know, like, yeah, when you think of like a lot of construction workers, there's a lot of Hispanic construction workers, and like I feel like this plays into it potentially. Like that's a very common job. And
but I wonder if people will like think of that as like representation or like racism in a way, because you're like, well, that's stereotypical.
Yeah, no, it's a very thin line that I'm like, yeah, I'm right there with you, which is like, yeah, what is I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know, right? Because
I mean, I'm not right. Yeah. So
I could see it both ways very easily.
For sure. Yeah.
But I think like do I think a lot of guys whose name is Roberto go by Bob? No.
And do you think they're actually going to call this movie Bob the Builder? It just sounds like a ridiculous name
Bob,
for a movie.
Unless you want to call it The Builder.
That sounds way worse. The Builder?
That sounds
Bob?
Like,
I don't know. You could call it. You could just. I don't know. This is a hard movie to title. I think you gotta let people know it's based off Bob the Builder, but you can't really call it Bob the Builder.
Maybe they'll call it Roberto. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think they'll definitely call it Bob the Builder.
Yeah, that's most likely what it's going to be. It just sounds like ridiculous.
And then,
it sounds like a ridiculous title for that type of movie,
And like 3 years from now, we're going to see people like getting out of the like on TikTok and like
oh my God, it was so good.
Just got out of the Bob the Builder movie.
Yeah, I would love for that to happen. I really would.
Guys, but you are not prepared. It has such, oh my God, the representation.
Yeah, maybe it'll surprise us.
I don't know.
Yeah.